It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, more good news for the Georgians as Governor Brian Kemp signed an executive order Thursday continuing the suspension of the state sales tax on motor fuel for another month, this time through January the 10th. After that, however, he says the 29 cents a gallon tax will return for Georgia drivers for the first time since lawmakers approved the suspension back in the month of March. Continuing the tax break has broad bipartisan support even as fuel prices dropped. Governor signed a law in March that cleared the legislature with the backing of most Democrats and Republicans to allow them to suspend the gas tax through May. He's announced extensions each month. The aim was to hold down prices at the pump at a time of rising fuel and grocery costs. However, prices had been falling for months. Average price for a gallon of gasoline in the United States on Thursday was $3.32. That, according to AAA. In Georgia, the price was down to $2.92, down from $4.33 back on July 1st. Governor Kemp says the suspension will allow Georgians to spend the savings over the holidays, but added that it was always intended as a short-term answer to a long-term problem. Suspension costs the state and saves drivers. The state loses about $150 to $170 million a month. Kemp says Georgia consumers have saved more than $1 billion thus far. Chamber of Commerce once again hosting their annual Eggs and Issues breakfast. It's set for January the 5th at Coastal Pines Technical College. The time that morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Our local representatives will be on hand to give a preview of what they expect will take place in Atlanta during the upcoming legislative session in 2023. On hand will be State Senator Blake Tillery, along with State Representative Stephen Meeks and Buddy DeLoach. Tickets for the event are $25 for chamber members, $35 for non-members. Tickets are now available for purchase. Simply call the Chamber of Commerce at 427-2028, or you can stop by the chamber in person. Again, Eggs and Issues breakfast set for January 5th of 2023. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Wayne County Superior Court in session Wednesday morning. On the bench was the Honorable Judge Roger Lane. The purpose of Wednesday's hearing was to consider a lighter sentence for defendant Shayla Britton, who pled guilty to aggravated assault in her role in the death of 17-year-old Lester Dennison, who was shot and killed back on December 15th of 2020 on Fender Road here in Wayne County. 3 defendants stood trial for the murder several weeks ago in Wayne County Superior Court on aggravated assault and felony murder charges. They were found not guilty by a Wayne County jury, have been released from prison, and are free men. Shayla cooperated with the state in their case against those 3 defendants, and for her cooperation in the case, she was hoping for a lighter sentence. Her plea agreement for a guilty plea on the aggravated assault charge brought her a sentence of 20 years, served 12 in prison. On Wednesday, Judge Roger Lane listened to testimony from family members from both the victim and the defense, and once again, Shayla took the stand Wednesday. She said she was hoping for a lighter sentence. They released, she didn't really know where she wanted to go. She didn't know if she wanted to stay in Wayne County or move with relatives to Aiken, South Carolina. She had both options. His family was on hand Wednesday telling the judge that if she was released on probation, that she had a place to live. Shayla is 22 years of age, a 2018 graduate of Wayne County High School, has a 2-year-old child with one of the other defendants, Tyler Wooten. Her defense attorney, Jonathan Lockwood, told the judge that she would agree not to have any contact with 2 of the co-defendants, Arian Maxwell and Christopher McCormick, but it would be difficult for her not to have any contact with the father of her child. Shayla says she was shocked with the verdicts of not guilty. She says she can't believe Lester's killers got away with murder. She stated to the judge that Lester Dennison was a good friend of hers, and all that she wanted from the beginning was justice for her friend. She turned herself in, talked to the GBI without an attorney present, and pled guilty to aggravated assault, cooperated with the state in their trial against the other 3 defendants. And for that, her attorney, Jonathan Lockwood, was asking Wednesday for Judge Roger Lane to give her probation and credit for time served. The state was represented by Assistant DA Clifton Woody. He told the judge that the judge was well aware of the circumstances as he presided over the murder trial, and that Shayla did cooperate with the state and for the most part testified truthfully. Her story really has not changed since the beginning when the shooting occurred back in December of 2020. But the state prosecutor says Shayla was a party to the crime. She orchestrated the entire event. She sold the Xanax to Lester. She took the fake $20 bills. She lured Lester to Fender Road for the meeting. The state says a key part of the case is that she never told Lester that 2 armed drug dealers were going to show up that night on Fender Road. She told Lester that she would be alone. The state says Shayla pled guilty because she is guilty. The state told the judge that they were simply leaving the sentence up to him, that they had no recommendation. Judge Lane ruled that, in fact, Shayla is guilty and that she has to be held accountable. Judge Lane reduced her sentence from 20 years served 10 to 20 years served 8. Again, her He also let her plead under the First Offenders Act. She has no prior felonies on her record, but she isn't going home anytime soon. She still has 8 more years of the 10 to serve in prison. Once again, that was the ruling handed down Wednesday by Superior Court Judge Roger Lane. Shayla Britton remains in custody. The sentence now 20 years, served 10. She has been in jail for the past 2 years. Once again, 17-year-old Lester Dennison was shot and killed on Fender Road in Wayne County back on December 15th of 2020. Again, we're just a couple of days from it being 3 years from the date. Dennison purchased $40 of Xanax from Shayla Britton back on December 14th, 2020, but Lester gave her 2 fake $20 bills. Shayla never looked at the money until she took it to the Brunswick the next day to the 2 drug dealers who got angry and wanted to have a meeting with Lester. Meeting was set up the night of December 15, 2020. Shayla came from Brunswick, Georgia with Maxwell and McCormick and Tyler Wooten, the father of her child. Lester arrived with 3 friends on the road. During the trial, testimony showed that Lester's friends were armed, as were both Maxwell and McCormick. Shots were fired. Lester Dennison was shot in the back, running away from Maxwell and McCormick. Judge says it's simply a sad and tragic case. All over $40 and a couple of Xanax pills, but he stated that if not for Shayla orchestrating the sale of the Xanax and the meeting on Fender Road, that Lester Dennison would be alive today. Judge says she has to be held accountable. Again, he reduced his sentence just 2 years from serve 12 of the 20 to serve 10 of the 20-year sentence. The 3 other defendants once again found not guilty by a Wayne County jury after listening to the evidence in the case. All 3 men were found not guilty of felony murder, not guilty of aggravated assault. Judge Lane also pointed out that Shayla had already received leniency from the state as the state dropped the felony murder charge against her, allowed her to plead guilty to the aggravated assault charge. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news, a couple of community blood drives for Wayne County. One will take place on Monday, December 19th from 1 to 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. If you'd like to make an appointment, please visit redcrossblood.org, enter Jesup to schedule an appointment. Once again, the date, Monday, December 19th from 1 to 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. Then on Tuesday, December 20th, another blood drive at Wayne Memorial Hospital will be held in the parking lot on Tuesday, December 20th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. All donors receive a $20 gift card from the Blood Connection. In addition, all donors will be entered into a giveaway for a 5-night stay at a beach condo in South Carolina. Plus, they'll be giving away 3 $500 gift cards furnished by the Blood Connection. Bloodmobile will be located on the right side of the main parking lot near the cafeteria. To make an appointment to donate blood, log on to thebloodconnection.org, type in Jesup or the sponsor code 7980. City of Scriven getting ready for Christmas in the Park Thursday, December 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. Pine sauces, hot chocolate, s'mores, marshmallows, popcorn, 42,000 pounds of real snow. Lighting of the tree at dark, free admission. Kids 12 and under must be accompanied by an adult. Takes place at the Grace Community Center, 501 Bill Royal Street in Jesup. And finally, in news, we're just 16 days away from Christmas, and the holiday shopping continues here in Wayne County. We at WIFOFM continue to encourage everyone to shop at home this holiday season, support our local merchants, a lot of great sales all across the county. Downtown area remains busy. Christmas music playing while you shop. Again, 16 days and counting, and we here at WIFO wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.